Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. Whee!
Okay, so today what I want to talk about is the one thing that we all suffer from. I know, we all suffer from it. I suffer from it. You suffer from it. All the people we think don't suffer from it, but we all suffer from it. And that thing is insecurity. It is a disease of some sort that's infected every creative person on this planet, in my opinion. It's something that is just there. And what is the insecurity? The insecurities, it starts at such a young age. I mean, you need to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist to even truly explain what that is. I can't do that for you, but what I can just talk about is what I know, what I've seen, what I've experienced, what I feel, what I see other people feeling. And it's this epidemic. I use the word epidemic a lot. Everything's an epidemic. It's a epidemic to the level of we just can't let it go. It's something where, what are we insecure about? Ourselves, our work, what we do. It comes from, we're insecure about trying to please other people. I think this is where it comes from. We're surrounded by so much other talent all the time, and we see people who are we think they're just born with it. We look at them as they're born with this gift, this amazing ability to do what they can do, and they're so much better than us. They have so much more experience than us, and so we're insecure of that. We're insecure because of the jobs they've had that we haven't had. We're insecure because of the published deals that they've got that we haven't received. We're even inside the studios. We even exist in there, and we're insecure about that character designer that's on the team with us, and that, God, their designs are so much better. And we're insecure about that storyboard artist and that background layout artist and that prop designer and everyone else who we think is just better than us. But the crazy thing is, the people that we think and we have these feelings towards, they're saying the exact same thing. They're insecure about that person over there. Maybe that person's not even at the studio, but about the person that came before them, a person that they looked up to, and they're so much better. And there isn't an artist on this planet, again, unless they're lying. Okay, so that's the reality. If there's anyone who tells you they're not insecure, and I say this too because, as you guys know, and I talk about it all the time, I watch lots of documentaries, and I love hearing stories, interviews, when I'm listening on the radio, whatever it may be, podcasts, and you hear these stories of actors and comedians and directors, and again, their insecurities and just wanting to give up. And because they just don't believe they're good enough. I was just watching an interview with Clint Eastwood, the great actor and great director. And just hearing his story, again, he was ready to give up and happened to just run into someone, and the tides changed. And again, this insecurity, and I've heard stories of these singers, these people who sell crowds to millions of people and millions of tickets in their concerts, and they're so insecure. And it comes down to, what is this thing? What is this insecurity? Why do we even have it? Why is it even there? What purpose does insecurity serve us? Maybe from way back it was a warning. It gave us a feeling just to keep us on our toes. And maybe that's where insecurity comes from. Maybe when we were hunters, we thought that, the insecurity of what might be around that corner at any given time that might attack us gave us this sort of warning signal of some sort, which made us realize that not everything is always safe and that we need to protect ourselves. And maybe that's the insecurity. So maybe the insecurity comes from us wanting to constantly protect ourselves, and therefore we're constantly questioning our next gig, our next thing, and that will it fade away, will it go away, will it not be here, and we're insecure about when we're given a task and challenge. I mean, it's this crazy thing that keeps popping up over and over again, to why we don't take action, right? Because we're insecure. What if we fail? What if this younger person, it happens for them? What if all these what ifs, happens, and the insecurity, it happens in the studio all the time. Like, oftentimes when I'm doing jobs, I'll be told by the people who contact me to do jobs, this is our budget, just to let you know, we got a bunch of other artists taking a stab at this. Well, what happens in that immediate thing is there's an insecurity that comes in and goes, oh my God, first of all you go, oh my God, they're not just asking me? Right? No, you'd like to think that they're just asking you, like, you're the guy, we're just going for you, you get the part. But think about what happens in acting. Think about all these guys, all these big stars that have to go and audition for their roles and their parts to be in that, and the people who have to audition to be in plays and to be musicians and be a studio musician and do this and that. Again, every form of life, all these people who have to audition for their parts, and we're doing it too. We're constantly auditioning for other people to decide whether they're going to approve of us or not. And that's where this insecurity, again, this fear of, again, it's a protection that we don't want to be insecure, but it's just part of who we are. It's facing it all the time. And I think about that when I get these things. And it's like, oh my God, so I got to do my best. First of all, oh my God, whoa, I'm up against all these other people. I better try to do my best. And then all of a sudden you get that email that says, sorry, it wasn't what we were looking for. And that can crush you. But what I want to say to you is you can't let it crush you. You gotta to me, listen, as long as you got paid for what you were doing, for that time that you put into it and the effort, it didn't work, at least you can clear your hands and your conscience and go, okay, listen, it didn't work out. It's not what they wanted. But at least these guys, had offered to pay, and I got some money out of it. I wish it would have become something else, but you don't settle on that. You don't stay on there. You're done with it. It's over. Stop letting it affect you and everything else that you're going to do in your life. It's over. You weren't accepted. That audition you never got the role for, it wasn't about you. You were just wrong. Clint Eastwood was talking about casting and everyone, and how that makes or breaks the movie. We know it does. The casting, the people they put in those roles make or break a movie. So that's what happens. And if that person doesn't fit the role, well, might be better, but it wasn't about you. And that's what happens with the art. It's not about you, but it's, again, the insecurity of, we're constantly comparing ourselves. We all do it. We're all there. We're all going through this. And again, it makes us question and question. And so all I can say is an antidote to the insecurity aspect, and it's things that you have to keep reminding yourself of this. Don't think for a second that just because that even I'm saying it to you, that insecurity is I'm completely it doesn't happen to me. Of course it does, but I control it, and I think about it again. So when these things pop up, so all I want to offer you is try to take the bull by the horns and control it and be the boss, and just say to yourself, you know what? I just got to be me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best. Boy Scout motto, do your best. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And just keep following your path that you want to go down. And know that, shit's going to happen. It's not all going to work out for you. It's the same thing that happens all the time in this industry, in this business. With pitching shows, with development, with executives, with all these things. The thing why a lot of things don't even get made in this town, in this industry, in this town, see here, kids, I'm an agent in this town. No, thing that happens in this town, in Hollywood, is people are afraid. And it's all fear-based. It comes down to the insecurity that they may commit to do something that may go horribly wrong and may not work out. And then how's that going to reflect on them? They're going to get fired. And that's why there is not a lot of risk-taking because of insecurity. That's why people don't try to do things for themselves because of insecurity. And why things don't happen, why you don't make your own book, why you don't start your own, you name it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because you insecurity of that it may possibly fail, and this is what happens. It's the same thing that happens with, with shows. You're working on a show and people will sometimes say like, why? I remember like when Kim Possible got canceled. Why did Kim Possible get canceled? Why did Kim Possible get canceled? Because new executives came on board. And when new executives and new people come onto new projects, it's not the things that those projects weren't theirs. So that's why all of a sudden they decide that they don't want it anymore because their stamp isn't on it. And that's why things oftentimes don't continue and things don't happen in this town. So it's not that things were necessarily bad. Sometimes things don't continue because they're not working out and they're bad. I'm just going off on a different tangent here just a little bit. But the reality is that's why it gets canceled because, it was horrible or it just really wasn't working out. It's not getting the ratings and all this other good stuff. Otherwise, it might just be the fact that there's someone else has come in and maybe doesn't get along with that individual, the director, or whoever it may be, the showrunner, whatever it may be, and that's part of why things get canceled. And otherwise, their just fingers weren't in the pie in the beginning, and they want to take claim and ownership, and that's one of the main reasons like a show like Kim Possible is canceled, and many other things can happen along the way. But again, it taps all back into the insecurity of even these executives. Everyone's scared, everyone's worried about their position, everyone's worried about where they're going to be in life and what's happening next. That's what we're always thinking of. So I don't know if it's this primal instinct, this insecurity that keeps rearing its evil head. I had a great conversation today with an artist that I met. She's from Italy. We had a wonderful conversation and just talking to her, brilliant artwork, amazing. But suffering from insecurity, just stopping her, just causing her to break down all the time and so unsure of herself because she's insecure about what other people's expectations. And my advice to her was just stop it. Just stop, just knock it off. Just stop worrying about it. And again, it comes down to that quote that I gave you. I don't remember if I said who the author was, but he said, be yourself because everyone else is already taken. And that's all we can really do, And so that's how I'm able to cope with rejection and when people don't like my work and they don't like my designs. It's like, it's part of what it is. It's part of what you do. And this is why I think I spend so much time and effort, like you guys know about me working and creating my own projects and working and doing my own things and taking initiative so much on things because of the fact that I'm in control. I'm in control at that point, and I'm not under someone else's fingers, and I'm not under someone's regime of some sort, and just everything being so dictated. And that's where the insecurity, am I going to be able to hold my job? Am I making the right impression? That constant fear, am I making the right impression? If you did a pitch, and any of you guys out there doing pitches, did I sell them on the idea? Are they happy with it? And again, we're always trying to please other people, and that's where the insecurity comes from, because if we didn't have to please other people, there'd be no reason, right, to be insecure about anything. Well, what would you have to be insecure about? Maybe you might be insecure about your looks. Maybe you might be insecure about that gap in your teeth. Maybe you might be insecure about your size of your nose. Maybe you might be insecure about all these other things. Why? Again, think about it. You're insecure about those because you're thinking about how someone else is perceiving you. You're thinking about how someone else is judging you and even looking at you. And that's why you're insecure about those. So what are we going to do? Be on an island by ourselves? I'm sure maybe if we were and it was just us, a palm tree and some coconuts, we'd probably find some way to be insecure about something. It's an unfortunate virus that we all have. Just like they say we all have cancer. They say we all have cancer inside us. It's there. It's dormant. Some 3 to 8% of cancer is in us, and there's almost like this thing that activates it and makes it worse. So this insecurity is within us. But it's up to us, like any disease or anything else, we gotta fight it. We gotta fight it, but we're always trying to seek the cure too. So for yourself as an individual, we're trying to determine, what we're trying to find is, what's the cure? What's the cure that works for you? What's the antidote that works for you to break you through this? I don't know. I don't know what that is for you. I'm being honest with you. I know what it is for me is the awareness of it, is the awareness knowing that you get insecure about things, and that I'm not going to let it affect me, and am I happy with that situation? Am I progressing? Am I moving forward? Am I doing things? Am I taking action? And am I trying to achieve what it is I'm trying to achieve? And I think with that outlook and that mindset, I think things just start to connect and things sort of happen, and it sort of works its way out. So stop, like I mentioned, but stop trying to get everyone's opinion on everything. Just stop it. Just knock it off. Just knock it off right now. I'm telling you, knock it off. If you're not at a real level, you got to be honest with yourself. I mean, there's some people that just don't have the foundation, the fundamentals. They're missing all that stuff, and they still need to, you still need to work on it and find help. But can I tell you how many brilliant, talented artists that I've met, brilliant, talented artists with so much skill and so much ability that just still don't believe in themselves, that still feel just so insecure, just worried about it, wanting someone else's opinion to move forward. I talked about it last week. It's horrible. It's a terrible thing. And but sometimes you just got to just stop it, just knock it off, and just get on the right track, and just again keep knowing what it is that you're even just trying to achieve, and keep moving forward. Those of you that need to keep going to school and keep learning, you keep going to school and you keep learning. Those who don't, just don't. Listen, I'm a teacher. I thrive on teaching. I love teaching. It's my livelihood. It's what I do. It's what I feel that I'm great at. I feel it's my purpose in life. But I tell people, and I'm honest with people, stop studying all the time sometimes, right? Just stop going to teach. And sometimes these great professionals, stop always trying to learn. Stop, because what you're doing at that time sometimes is saying, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not good enough. So it's going to keep holding me back. Now, if you're one of those guys who's achieving and doing all these things and doing amazing, and you want to keep learning, and you feel like you're going through that just because it fills your bucket in some sense, do it. I'm always learning, but it's self-learning. I do life drawing as much as I can. Why? Because that's where I benefit in my learning. I benefit in learning to help me by going and sketching people in public and drawing, and that's where I'm learning. But I'm not personally taking courses and classes because not that I don't need to, but it's just that you gotta know where you are. You gotta know what you do. And I'm not trying to be a 3D modeler, and I'm not trying to be a background concept artist and painter. And I do what I do, and I've been doing it for the last 25 years, and I'm okay with it. So that's why for me, and that's why I say to people, just at a certain point, just stop feeling like you're the student all the time. Just be the boss. Just take control and just follow it. Now, I can say that because I haven't been getting rejection. You're going to get rejected. I've had many rejections. I've got, many rejections. But what I can tell you is that if you're not getting the rejections, all the time, then and you are having some successes, then let that be a sign. But if you're, again, and even if you're getting the rejections all the time, I don't even know where I was going with that point. Maybe hopefully I said it already, because now it's just, and that's how my brain works. I'm going rapid, 100 miles an hour. I'm consciously thinking about not to say ums as much, and because I know I say that a lot, trying not to do that as much. But anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope any of that made sense to you. I just said, I see, I was saying it. I had to stop. Thanks for watching. Make it a great week, and I shall see you next week. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey. All right, so you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it up, because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing, and with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks.
Whoa! Hey. Go back. Go back. Wait, go back. Go back. Ha ha ha.